We reported yesterday, Friday, that traditional ruler who was declared wanted in connection with the recent killing of 17 officers and soldiers in Onwuneme, Delta State, Onwuneme-Ikolo, Onwuneme-Ikolo, has turned himself into the police. Onwuneme-Ikolo, who is the Urukbe one of Emu Kingdom, has now been handed over to the military by the police. His wife, Ugonwa, Onwuneme-Ikolo, joins us right now on Newsday. We want to say thank you very much, Ma, for joining us here on Newsday. We'll begin by asking the question, what more can you tell us about the current situation of the king at the moment?
Thank you for having me, and thank you, Arise. I appreciate this opportunity to, give a voice to my husband. My husband, Onwuneme-Ikolo, who is the traditional ruler of Ewu Kingdom, is a peace-loving, calm individual. To find himself in such a situation is very unbecoming and totally unacceptable, because if you know him, this is not in his character. This is not something that he would ever do. I'm not saying this because he's my husband. People who know him will attest to this fact. He would never, because he wouldn't even fight with you. How much more authorize people to kill? Now, this situation, Okwama people, he became the king of Ewu in November 16th, on the November 16th of 2023. And even from that day till today, he has not even been able to access the community. In particular, the Okwama people said, through their president general, that they do not recognize him as a king, because in the what would I say, the turn up to him become the traditional ruler, there were other candidates, and this community was supporting a particular candidate and never supported my husband. So even when he became the king, they didn't even let him have access to their community. They didn't attend any of the meetings. Now, there is no way, shape, or form that my husband could have not even been able to get into a community and then authorize people to murder military personnel. One of the murder personnel is a close friend, Major Obi. So we cannot murder people that we wine and dine with. It's unbecoming. It's not acceptable. And my husband would never in this life and the next one and 10 generations coming authorize that. He had no knowledge of this. And what is really, really worrisome for me is that at no point did any of the security agencies invite him. He was never invited. Then to wake up and see him declared wanted, it's really worrisome, because it makes him a target. It looks like the police or the military authorities have become judge and jury in their own matter. Now, I said to him he needed to turn himself into the police. It's another arm of the government, and he's done that. Now, we look up to the government and to the military authorities to do what is right. As a mother, I commiserate with the wives, with the children of our fallen gallant soldiers. At the same time, I also commiserate with the innocent civilians who are also bearing the brunt of this situation. And I will not say that anybody found culpable should not face justice. They should face justice, and it should be done the right way. They should be made to face the full wrath of the law, and proper investigation should be done. There are always incidents of unrest in that region. The government is aware of this. And some of the questions that come to mind when I think about all this happening now is, yes, you're holding him responsible because it is one of the communities that make up his kingdom. It is not the only community in that kingdom. But was he even told that these soldiers were coming into that area? He never, to the best of my knowledge, he was never even informed. My question goes again, was even the local government chairman involved or known or even told that these soldiers were going on a peacekeeping mission? Those are questions that we need to be asking. It is not okay to declare an innocent man wanted without even giving him the right of reply. You have not even invited him to your offices. He actually went to Delta State Police Command in the last week on a courtesy call to the CP. At no time was he told that he was wanted. At no time was he told to turn himself in. If you say you're looking for somebody, the governor of the state is the chief security officer, you could have asked the governor to produce him. Nobody did this. The next thing you have done is to put him on social media, is to put him on all the world newspapers and make him look like a common criminal. He is not. He's a peace-loving human being. He knows his rights. He knows the law. He understands the law. He lives by the law. So I do not accept this matter the way they are taking it, because he needs a fair hearing. You need to invite him properly and get him to come and say his own side of the story. If you hear the media publications that have been going around, he did have an interview even when this happened. And subsequently, he has said it clearly that people who committed these heinous crimes must be brought to book and they have to be held accountable. We are not saying do not hold people accountable. Please, by all means necessary, hold people accountable, but do not sacrifice innocent people in that. What they have done by publicizing his name without even giving him the common courtesy of inviting him is tantamount to defamation of character. And that's not acceptable to me or to the family.
All right, madam.
And to my children.
Madam, if I may come in now, quite a number of people, observers, have applauded the move your husband made by turning himself in. And it's been described as a noble, gesture, as it were. But what is the update since his arrest? What are the authorities saying? What's the next move from now?
Well, the authorities have not said anything. We don't have access to him. And we have sent our lawyers to go to Abuja, because as we speak, he's in Abuja now. He will not have access. This is public holiday, and this is over a bank holiday. So I guess that the first time anybody will have an opportunity to speak to him, if you're not in the military, will be on Tuesday. So as we speak, I have people who are on ground who have gone to Abuja today, who will be seeking to see him with our lawyers.
All right. Some people say that we know this is a very, very touchy subject and tensions are high. But some people say there is no smoke without fire. Because they mentioned quite a number of people that were involved on this, not just your husband alone, who is the king, but they also mentioned all the people that were involved in this. My own question is, how did he get muddled up in all of this? Because you've said he's a gentleman, he's a peace-loving royal father. He will never actually probably support killings of any kind, or probably any kind of violent act. So how did he get muddled up in this whole issue is not a big question.
To you, I would say that I have the same concerns, because even if you see the wanted poster, he didn't even acknowledge that he was a traditional ruler. It showed like as if he was a common criminal, right? Now, how did he get muddled up? I don't know what intelligence they are acting upon, but I want to believe that they are acting on the intelligence that he's the traditional ruler, and that is the angle that they are holding him accountable on. Other than that, I can tell you for free, there are some people in these pictures, I will not name names, it will be for the law court, that the police should be speaking to. I know one in particular that the police should be speaking to, or the army should be speaking to. And I know that since my husband has become king, this particular individual, he's also on this list, has not let him have peace. When we went for the coronation, we went under heavy arms from the Nigerian military, the police, everybody was involved. The state government brought out their own security apparatus to come to the coronation ceremony. So one of those people in that picture is actually somebody they should be talking to. And to the best of my knowledge, he has still not handed himself in. So I don't know what intelligence the security agencies are using to do this, but I do know that on the basis of being the traditional ruler of that region or that area, that's why they have, declared him wanted, which is wrong. Ab initio. They need to have invited him. They need to have either formally invited him to the local government, to the governor, to anybody, to come to their offices. And if he had not turned up, then feel free, take him to the law court and declare him wanted. But deciding that he's already guilty before being charged or before any investigation is not acceptable. I do not see why you will accord different traditional rulers in other parts of Nigeria some level of respect and then think it's okay to do this. I do not accept this. It's not okay.
All right, madam. What are people in your community saying about this development regarding the king, your husband?
I have actually stayed out of social media, but I can't get my children out of social media. They see what is being said about their father. They see what is being said about their communities. They are up in arms. They're not sleeping well. And I think that's a small price for us to pay, even if we're not, because people died, and that's serious. But I know that on all social media platforms that my children have brought to my attention, I've seen where people are saying, why are they doing this to him? Why did they not give him common respect to even invite him? I've seen where people said they are terrorists up north and they have not even invited even a single emir, and not invited any or declared any emir or any oba anywhere else wanted. Why is he being subjected to this level of humiliation? Because it's actually not nice to treat somebody in this manner. He was operating in public space. He's been all over the town. He was not in hiding. So why are you now declaring him wanted? So for me, it feels like there are other external factors to this, what is playing out. And my question becomes, is it just communal clashes that we're talking about? Or do we have other things surrounding this issue? I know for a fact that my husband has not been able to access the community. He's not in a position to authorize anybody to go to arms. He's very peaceful. Even when there was crisis in the community with 3 other contestants to the throne, he was never an advocate for violence. And if you go to the community, you will hear from them. If you go on social media, you will see his people talking. And these are organic comments. These are really organic comments. I have not talked to anybody. I have not tried to influence anybody. I have simply been trying to get justice for my husband, in the sense that I'm trying to get him proper legal representation, because I believe in the rule of law, and I believe he's entitled to you don't kill a man without listening to him. So I believe he's entitled to fair listening, and he's entitled to legal representation. That's all I'm doing. On social media, I'm not on social media currently. I'm busy working behind the scenes.
I want to say many thanks to you. It's still a developing story, and here on Arise News, we'll be following up with it. But I want to say many thanks to you, Ugonwa, Onwuneme-Ikolo, the wife of the royal father in Delta State, who was arrested in regards to the killing in Delta.